Good afternoon. I do apologize for the air conditioner. It is another hot day. It's Wednesday, I think. And I almost quit my job last night. Seems insane because I don't have a lot of money. I do have some money that will come in every month for the rest of my life, but I don't have anything saved, and I still have an abhorrent car payment. And I love my car, don't get me wrong. It's very fun to drive. It's going to probably last me for a very long time, if not forever, but it's expensive. And I feel like I'm just crapping out money just by continuing to pay it. And unfortunately, because it's currently negative equity, then I can't even get rid of it. So that's not great. That is not ideal. That is not good. So last night when I was at work, after having sat in my car for a good 20 minutes, wondering whether I should just call them and pretend I'm sick and then never go in again, which is not something I would ever want for myself. I don't want to be the kind of person that does something like that. It's not in line with my integrity. I do have integrity, quite a bit of it actually, and I really hate it when people insult me by way of assuming I don't have any integrity. And I've done some shitty things like everybody. People make mistakes. Some I didn't know were mistakes at the time, but I realize now that, shouldn't have said or did that thing or whatever. Hindsight is always 20/20, and that's okay. It's okay. What I was doing while I was sitting in my car was wondering if there was something that I would want to start right now, what would it be? How long would it take me to get to a point where I don't have to work here anymore, or where I don't have to work, period, anymore? And how willing am I to take the steps to get there? And I decided that I'm going to try doing a drive to monetize. So monetizing this channel. Once I'm almost at that goal, I'll create a Patreon, but not before then. If at all, if you're watching this and you want to get in on the fun, feel free to make suggestions on what I could give for perks. I couldn't even think of the word for a second there. And what kind of content you want to see that would be educational or fun or interesting for the future, because this is the thing that I want. I want my schedule, I want my plans, I want control over how each of my days rolls out. And of course, I'm not always going to have that, but I would like to not be beholden to a particular schedule unless it's one I put on myself. So I love this art. I want to make more. I want to have time to make more. And I was thinking about this yesterday while I was waiting for work to start, because of course Monday to Thursday I start at 5 p.m. And I was sitting there creating and getting my hands all dirty and wondering how I would be perceived by the doctor that I was working with that evening, like whether I was just too lazy to wash my hands, or whether he'd be interested enough to ask if I'm an artist or any of those things. And of course, none of that happened because he didn't even notice, because he's got patients and, lives to save, that kind of deal. So he didn't care. But the one I work with tonight, she cares way too much about everything, and I'm not looking forward to it. And yesterday, I was pre-worrying about today when yesterday hadn't even happened yet. I don't want to be in a position like that where I have to do that. It's stressful, and it's not the way that anyone should live. Unfortunately, there isn't much of a hierarchy at that place. They all split everything equally financially, which means there is no one person who has more say over another. They each have their own way of doing things. And yeah, that's all we got. The one that I have my concerns regarding does own the building, so she will continue to collect rent from them and the other doctors that are upstairs. And then there's, I think, a parking lot that she makes money on. I don't know. She's got a ton of money. But anyway, I don't want any of them, or actually I do want all of them to help me figure out what I'm going to do regarding her, because I've had enough. I don't want to deal with her anymore. She is not fun to be around. You never know when she's going to come out and lose her mind on you. You don't know whether anything that she says is even going to make sense. You don't feel comfortable making suggestions. You don't really do anything, and I don't want to work in that environment anymore. So last night, in between patients, when I wasn't cleaning rooms and greeting people and booking stuff and calling people and leaving messages and all of that, I just decided we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this drive to survive? No, drive to monetize. Not only because it kind of rhymes, but it rolls off the tongue easily when you're not trying to say survive in front of it. And because I think it might be fun. I think I might enjoy it. I hope you, as the watcher, will enjoy it. I hope I get to make more artwork that will not only help get my name out there, but will help increase sales, which will then help create more money, so I'm not completely relying on YouTube. Anyone in this space will tell you need a multitude of income streams so that if one dries up, you still have others to rely on, which is sage advice. It makes perfect sense, and I'm going to do that as much as I can. I have a craft fair coming up in August, so I am both excited and trepidatious about it because it's going to be 2 hours of driving each way, and I don't know how good my battery is going to last, because if it's really hot, I'm going to need the air conditioning all the way there, all the way back as well, although I could open the windows. It's not the end of the world. But it's hot, and if I get a flat tire and I don't make it on time, what happens to all my stuff? And I don't have a helper, mostly because no one is really all that interested in hanging out for 6 to 8 hours doing nothing and making, the best I would be able to do is pay a couple percentage points in sales for right now, because I just, like last time I made $65. So, I don't want to be like, hi, thanks for spending 8 hours with me, here's $6. Because even that's 10% and that's higher than I would want to pay. I mean, that's not true. I want to pay way more, but currently I can't. Like, I would just love to say, hey friend, I know that you have a great job and that you enjoy it, but that you find it really challenging. Would you like to make more money working with me? Take all the time off you need and only help me when I really, really need it, and then just have the freedom to live your life? Would you like that? I would like to provide that for you. Or for my sister, or for any other people that I've talked to that are in need. I would love to do that. And I'm nowhere near that. I need to replenish my retirement savings. I need to pay off my car, and I need to get myself into a better financial position. So I'm going to post here every day until I'm ready to monetize. And then I will go down to once, maybe twice a week, probably twice actually, because once I'll do kind of like a thing that I'm working on, and then the other one will be where I am financially, how much I was able to save, tips and tricks, all that stuff, like the things that I have always found make finance channels way more interesting, just because you want to see somebody's journey and you want to see them succeed and you want to help them if you can, even if it's just giving free advice or putting a like on the video that doesn't cost anything, or hitting subscribe, maybe, and yeah, I want to be able to do that, and I want to pass on the information to other people, because if other people have helped me, the least I can do is help others. So here we go. Wish me luck, and I will see you tomorrow.